Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we're checking in with me, who recently was part of a barrel pick at Jim Beam. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Katie Joyce, Jeff Andreezy, and Jason Bronner.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Hey-o. So yeah, we're going to be talking about a barrel pick at Jim Beam. Jason's done a lot of them through the years. Who knows how many? I've done quite a few of them there as well, but neither Jason or I have done one for a little while yet. So Becca just did one, and again, they continue to update, their programs and stuff like that, what it's like. So yeah, it should be interesting to talk to her what that experience was, and it's something that she had not done before this. So we'll get her take on that, which is kind of cool because she is a person who does barrel picks herself at Neely Family Distillery. So the compare and contrast to the biggest bourbon distillery versus what they do is always interesting and fun to talk about. We'll get to that after the break, though. For right now, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie? Who's in a hot tub?
I would like to know.
Katie's in a hot tub.
I'm joining you today from Cape Coral, Florida, enjoying, the hot tub for any of those who are still cold at home, just reminding you there is a better life. So my question though is, if you found yourself like in line or waiting for something and needing to kind of entertain yourself and you don't have your phone, what's going to be your plan? Like, what's your strategy? Because like at amusement park rides, it used to be when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones. And so to entertain yourself during, you've got like this half-hour line or half-hour wait where you're stuck in a place. So how are you going to entertain yourself for this without a phone? It's easy.
Without a phone, that's tough because we're all used to that. I say it just goes back to people watching, right? There's always somebody that's worth watching. Yeah, eavesdropping, people watching.
Eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Listening to what's going on, because especially if you're in a fucking like amusement park, there's some mom beating the shit out of her kids behind you.
Right.
So,
right.
It's always going to be fun to watch. And then just like watching what's going on. If I'm in a grocery store line and I don't have my phone out, I'm judging is what I'm doing.
By what they've what?
Are you looking at the cart?
I'm watching how these idiots are like putting their stuff up on the belt, and I'm like, what are you like? Why would you put those together? Why are you taking so long to put your stuff up there? Why are you talking on the cell phone while these people are trying to, help you out here? Like, I'm kind of just standing there judging, watching people and like how they're proceeding at life in line in front of me, Yeah. Just being judgy, I think, is the number one thing for me.
All right.
In the past, I've had a few occasions where we were making up stories about a couple. What's their story, do you think?
Yep.
Okay.
And it always ended up that one of them was an international spy. I don't know. That was always the default.
That's your standard, huh?
It always went to that, so.
As far as your brain could go.
Yeah, that was just really it. But
international spies.
Yeah.
You bring up the, the the amusement park thing. And I think we were up at Kings Island there in Cincinnati and waiting in line for the Beast or something. This is obviously years and years ago. I was in high school. That we did, like, there was two big rooms, I guess, that people would wait in. And on one side, there was another side, I guess, that would wait for the front of the car and the back of the car. So we got all of our friends together and would scream, great taste. And then the other side would do less filling, if you remember that.
Sure.
Miller Lite commercial.
Yep.
So we'd have the whole place going, great taste, less filling, great taste. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Well,
Other than that, in high school, I used to dress and kind of look like Huey Lewis.
Okay.
So I would kind of sing Huey Lewis songs.
Okay, I'd love to hear that.
It'd be
Steve knows,
fantastic to stuck in a line near you.
Yeah. Jason singing Huey Lewis. Okay, Huey Lewis was big back then.
He was huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Would he go some deafness or something? He hasn't been able to perform for.
Yeah. And it's like Vertigo too, I think. So
Their live shows were spectacular. They're just fun. Fun.
Back in the day. All right, Katie, you asked the question. What's your answer?
So when I was little, what we would do is we'd play like these like clapping games, like a hand game thing, and like you see how high you can get without messing up, kind of a thing. And I was in line somewhere with John, and I thought we should not be on our phones. We should do something else. And so I brought this up. I was like, "Hey, just like I want to do this hand clapping game thing. We're waiting in line." And the look that he gave me, he was like, thought I just swooped in from Jupiter. He's like, "No, but like, why would you even ask me this?" Like, just like
Really?
appalled. He's like, I mean, I will if you really want me to. Like, I'll play along if I'm like, no, now you've ruined it, sir. So I had to come up with new ideas. That people watching is always a good one. I like making up the stories about people's lives as well. And then my other question usually is, okay, you won the lottery. What are you buying? What are you doing? So going through the scenario, if you won the lottery, what are you buying?
Oh, yeah.
Good one to
Fill the
do.
time.
Mine. Yeah, see, it's a good question.
That is a good question, right? Key West is the answer.
Yep, Steve,
That's the answer.
Steve's
I dug up
looking.
the Huey Lewis pic.
I am looking. Yeah. Oh, well, if we could, yeah. Well, the hair's looking good. We can see the hair.
You can see the hair at least.
Well, we saw the hair. So there's Jason, the Huey Lewis years. Kind of. The hair was certainly there. So, yeah. So there you go. All right. He's trying again. Nope, nothing there. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I think we'll all do a Buzzard's Roost, of course, in spirit of Jason being here. I've got Buzzard's Roost here. So, yeah, I've got the
I'll have to
Kindred
root through
collaboration.
and see if I can even find any.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Steve's on a roll calling people out today.
Oh, talking over a cork, almost a cork.
Yeah, I luckily I stopped there. Here we go. Quiet on the set. Here we go. Basie. Feels like it could have been better. I had to stop the cork halfway
I
coming
couldn't
out.
hear anything.
Oh well, it was
you guys hear
basic. Not much there. Not much there.
No.
Yeah, none of us heard anything.
All right. Okay. Well. All right. I don't think it's going to win, but I did hear something. So next up is going to be Katie. I wanted to even see how she does this here. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't quite work to bring bottles with me on vacation. So, thanks to the bar to go, I do have whiskey with me though, but
Okay.
they're sample bottles. So I will
Sample
not have any cork pops. We did have a bottle of tequila I thought I was gonna be able to use, but we finished that last night, so I had nothing to pop with. So I've got the Buzzard Roots. It's the Jim Gaffigan pick,
Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, very
and
nice.
they didn't have any plastic cups. I'm drinking out of a glass cup, which
Next,
I'm nervous. So let's.
I'm
They didn't
sure
have any plastic
I'm
in this
sure the
house.
owners are looking at their cameras right now, and they're
Right.
like, "Yep,
there.
yeah." They're
It's their
sending
fault. They didn't
nasty
supply
bills.
any plastic.
All right. Next up is going to be Jason. Jason, what do you got there, man?
I got the FDA banned cigar rye there.
Okay, the real deal there. Okay, nothing there. Funny story about that one. We had the real FDA banned cigar rye back when it was a product that you guys sold. Sat on it for a long time. Then finally, eventually sold out. And now we probably get in 3 people a week that want to buy a bottle. Where the fuck were they when we had this sitting on the shelf? I don't know. Now that, now it's like legendary. Everyone just loves it, and they all drank it, and they all had it. Really, seriously, you've all drank it and loved it. So, yeah. Then we were supposed to get some more in, but it didn't happen. Something about the distributors and different states, and it didn't work out. We tried to make it happen, but it just didn't. All right, next up is Jeff.
So I don't have any buzzards roost, so thanks for that. But I
He's got his Day of Atonement hat on. You should take that off.
I got my Day of Atonement hat. But I do have some investment cigar blend. This is not the newest one, but it's
okay. It's not the hazmat one. It's the other one.
Not that one yet. I've got that sitting on the counter. Man,
okay.
Pretty quiet.
That's actually enough to take the lead right now. That's enough to take the lead. But Becca has yet to go, and she opened up a new bottle, so this could be good. What do you got there, Becca?
I've got some Dark Arts bourbon here. This is their Sauterne finish.
Okay. That's the winner. A little sloshy there, but still enough to take the victory. So we're going to give a cheers to Becca on that.
Cheers, Becca.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk to Becca about picking a barrel of whiskey at Jim Beam. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Welgie?
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking to me about picking a barrel at Jim Beam.
Yes, we are. So, Becca, what are you doing with this? Is this going to be in your gift shop? You guys are going to sell this? Hey, here's our other thing we got. We got some Jim Beam Knob Creek here.
Nope. It's a personal barrel. No, we got invited down there with the Tri-State Bourbon Group out of it's Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky. And they were invited down there by a liquor store.
Okay.
I think the pick is for their guys, but it goes through the liquor store, so he'll have some of it too. but it was for a Knob Creek.
Okay.
Okay. How many people were on the pick?
There was, I think there ended up being like 8 of us. There was like 2 reps so like 2 Jim Beam reps.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And then, yeah, so there was 8. Well, there was 8, and then plus the store owner, but he doesn't drink.
Okay.
And so, like, he'll smell, but he doesn't drink at all.
Okay.
So there was technically 9 of us there, 2 of which were Jim Beam reps, and then just a bunch of fuckheads after that.
Okay. All right. And tell us about the day. What, let's start from when you arrive there, check in, I assume, and then what happens?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. So we drove up there. Drive down is about an hour and a half from the distillery. We pulled in, and I've only pulled into where the big white barn is at in front of Jim Beam. That's as far as I've ever got.
Right.
That was back during COVID. I think they were shut down. And so that's as far as I'd ever got before. So I just followed the GPS. We had lunch at the kitchen table that day, which the rep paid for, which was nice.
That's always nice.
Yep, I didn't know, otherwise I would have ordered more food. But the restaurant's fantastic. I mean, just the look of it itself is really nice. Their hospitality there was fantastic. They've got a bottle of our absinthe there, which is pretty cool.
Saw that online. Yeah.
I really like seeing that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And that was because of the Icons dinner that we went to.
Yep.
Brian Landry, their chef there, he really liked the Sazerac that I'd given them to make, and so he added that to their menu. So it's cool seeing that in there. But the drinks were fantastic. Lots of food on their menu. I wasn't really sure. You never really know what you're going to get sometimes when you go play. I know that most distilleries restaurants are pretty good. I just never believe that they will be.
Right.
But obviously the kitchen table was fucking great. We had bacon wrapped duck.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yep. They're kind of like they're like bacon wrapped duck poppers, I think is what they were.
Okay.
Okay.
Those were really good. They have deviled eggs, so I got those. Also fantastic. Their pizza is really good.
Yeah.
Royce had the wings, the chicken wings, and he enjoyed those. And he also got a side of fries that was a massive pile of fries.
Okay.
And then I got the burgoo.
Oh.
The burgoo.
All right. Jason, you like burgoo? You're a Kentucky guy. You like that stuff?
Oh, yeah. And they had that before. It seems like they've always had it, whatever kitchen they're running down there.
Uh-huh.
When they were having that smokehouse, I guess it was Fred's Smokehouse.
Fred's Smokehouse, yeah.
Before the kitchen table.
Yeah.
My first
their burgoo's
experience.
good.
Yeah, it was my first experience with burgoo. And
So what's in burgoo? What's it made of?
it's pretty much just like it's just like a stew.
Okay.
Honestly, like a beef stew is what it is, Jeff.
Okay.
But there's also lima beans in it, so I know that like Steve Akeley would never touch it.
No, I don't. The lima beans.
But like that's the only difference. Otherwise, like it's exactly just like a stew that we would have up north. It's just
Okay.
a beef stew. Other than the lima beans, I'd never seen lima beans in my stew. But I mean,
Like a stew with succotash in it.
yeah. So it was pretty good. A lot of people got that, but all the food was great and all the cocktails were great. And directly after that, they took us over to like their gift shop area, and we met up with our tour guide. And I feel kind of shitty because I do not remember her name, but
That's rude.
I know. But she was great. And so she was like, do you guys want to do the tour? Do you guys just want to go pick the barrel? And I was like, I want to do the tour. Like, I know everybody here's done it other than me and Royce. I was like, but can we do the tour? And so she did the whole tour with us, took us over to the Fred Beam distillery. And so we got to see that, which is pretty cool. The funniest part was she's like, this is our little tiny still, our little craft still. You know, it's like 45 feet tall, 2 feet across. And she's like, I mean, it is small compared to our other ones, 6 feet across and 65 feet tall or whatever it is. I'm like, yeah, I guess like in comparison.
Oh, it's tiny. It's tiny.
In comparison, she's like, and it's only a drop in the bucket what we make here every day. It's only 70 barrels. Like,
Craft distillery. 70 barrels.
it's a drop in the bucket for sure. One of the first things she said was she wanted to clarify that they're not going bankrupt.
Right.
Everything is fine. In fact,
Headlines. Yeah.
she's like, most of our production happens down at the Boston plant anyways. She's like, this is just an old place that needs to be redone. She's like, we're not shutting down. And I was like, we all
You
just kind of
know, when we first went there to do a barrel pick, they didn't even have a visitor center. And that was
Mhm.
not quite 20 years ago. So, when people say, "Oh, Beam shutting down," I'm like, for one, most of the juice comes from the Boston plant, and for two, they haven't, they've just kind of cobbled on stuff for visitors, and they went from zero visitors to about, however many 100,000 they do now, and it's like the place just wasn't set up for that, and so
Right.
know.
now's a great time to retool it and do all of that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's definitely not like, yeah, you can tell that they kind of were just like, let's build. They did a great job building it. Like it looks fantastic in there. Like the gift shop's awesome.
Nice.
And the whole thing is like, it's beautiful, but you can definitely tell that like the thought, like when someone's building a place with visitors as like the focus, like you're not going to have people walking across the road where they're going to get hit by a car,
Right.
you know? So you can tell that like it definitely was an afterthought for that for sure, but it was great. And then they drove us out. You get to hop in a little van, and they drive you around the van, which was kind of fun. And so they took us out to the warehouse that we went out to. I think we picked from warehouse. It was either warehouse M or W. I don't remember which one it was. There's my dyslexia, I guess, showing.
Sure.
And it was funny because I wore my big jacket. Steve, you saw it when I sent you the video.
Right.
And everyone else was kind of like, "Oh, it's a beautiful day out. Really don't need jackets." It's fucking cool. Like, and I knew in my head because guess what? I'm out in the fucking rick house picking barrels all the time in the wintertime. It's extra cold out there because all
Right.
that fucking liquid is cold.
It's cold temperature, right?
And so it's cold in the rick house. Like,
I believe Katie's exiting the hot tub.
yeah, she's like, fuck this.
No,
So it's cold in that rick house. So it was,
my Wi-Fi was trying to tell me too.
Yeah, I was going to say when we picked the barrels, we'd be out in that cold ass rick house, and it's like, I mean, it was cold,
Oh, yeah.
and like the whiskey,
was
it's
freezing.
hard to nose it, and
Yeah,
when it's that cold,
and you're trying to warm it up, but your
Yeah.
hands are ice cold, so your hands aren't barely warming anything up.
I think that's the only thing that I don't really care for is doing a barrel pick of Knob Creek or whatever in the wintertime because
Okay.
it's just so cold out there.
Cold. It's cold.
It was chilly. They had, nice little tasting mats set up out there. And we had 4 selections to do. They had really nice like water bottles out there and, everything's branded and looked great. And they pulled out our 4 samples for us. Once again, fucking absolutely freezing out there. I had a pretty distinct winner on like my side of things, and it was it was number 1. And like I had my C option was like kind of up there, but it was kind of falling flat. But pretty much right out of the gate, I was like, it's A. Like it has to be A. If anybody else picks anything else, like they're wrong. Like,
Right.
Come
like,
after him.
yeah, it's like anyone like, and I'm kind of like walking, I'm like, oh, so what's your favorite? You're kind of like going down to like see, like, all right, what are you guys doing over
Yeah.
here? Everybody's taking their notes, and I'm like, I know that you guys like to take notes. As Steve, you take notes at least.
Right.
I just do not take notes. I like just taste through and like just. I don't know. I don't do that. So everyone else is taking notes. So I'm like,
served.
I like look.
The pool boy just came by.
Yeah, we got a regular Ryan Thompson over here.
Right.
So we went through and, the one nice thing was I did appreciate that it wasn't all fancied up.
Yeah.
Because that's how mine are. Like mine are not fancy. Mine are pretty rough around the edges when I do my picks. Not that theirs was rough around the edges. It's still Jim Beam doing the pick.
Right.
But I did like that it wasn't some like fancy like.
You're on a rick house. You're picking whiskey. Yeah.
So-
Keeps it authentic. It doesn't feel too commercialized.
Right.
Exactly. So that was really nice about it. We got to the end, and I had said this was just kind of funny. I looked at Tom, and I was like he and I agreed on number 1, and I was like, I feel like this is 125. I was like, it does not taste 125. I was like, I don't think that it tastes high proof. at all. I was like, but I'm pretty sure this is like 125.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yeah, he's like, you might be right. And at the end, we picked it out. Everybody agreed on A. And she's like, all
You didn't
right.
have to beat anyone up.
Well, they said, yeah, we luckily didn't have video. I'd have to go. I'm like, oh, really? So you think C is a little bit better? I was like, I don't know. A was.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do the. This isn't the barrel that you're searching for.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah, you have to do
Gotta
some
do the
Jedi
Obi-Wan.
mind tricks to get them.
This
to
is
get 'em
not
to
the
pick,
barrel you're searching
to get the barrel
for.
you want. Right? Yeah. There's times you have to just make the move.
Everyone in our group is like great at picking barrels, so it really wasn't too big of like a thing. But it was funny because at the end she's like, "All right, what do you guys think the proof is on it?" And I go 125, and the guys were like, "No, it's like 117, 118." And I was like, "It is 125, I guarantee it." And she goes, "It's 125," and I went, "Oh, I fucking told you guys!" And I just
Okay. You didn't just handle it professionally and just
I did not handle it professionally at all.
Quietly,
I
yeah.
threw the birds up so quick,
double birds, folks. For
Double
those listening to a
birds.
podcast, double birds
right
flown
in their
that day.
faces, and I said, "I fucking told you guys."
Okay. Okay.
I was like, "I fucking told you it was 125." And the girl was like, "She's like, I heard you saying it down the way when you guys were chatting about it earlier." She's like, "I knew she'd know."
Right.
And it was funny, but it was 125, which was cool. It was like 9 and I think like 9 year, like 10 months, something like that.
Okay.
Was it their bourbon? Was it a
It was a Knob Creek bourbon.
bourbon?
Yeah, it was a bourbon.
Yeah, the last time we were down there, we did the pick, and it was blind, and we ended up with this one, and it was 8.5 years old, and I don't know what the proof on it was, but then the guy, like the rep or somebody that was there, they're like, this, they'd given us all the information of the rest of the barrels. He's like, this other barrel's 13.5 years old. Don't you want that one? I'm like, no. I just picked this 8.5 one because of the taste, not because of the age, you know. And you'd be surprised that people are just like, "Oh, I want the oldest one you got." It's that doesn't always work out to be the best one you've got, So
We had just done a pick with this same group at our distillery, and a few of the guys had come down ahead of time to help pre-select barrels because they wanted to kind of have they wanted to make sure that the correct barrels got chosen by the group instead of doing like, hey guys, we'll taste through like 8 different samples. They're like, can we just do 4 different samples and like we'll come down and they'll also kind of help pick out like which ones we like the best. And I said, yeah, we can do that. And I'd thrown in a couple random ones in there, one of which was barely 3.5 years old, but great. Like this batch that we have down there, this rye bourbon that's like right around the 3-year mark. It's 3.5 now. This batch is fucking awesome, and this is the third group that's picked from that batch of barrels, right at that like 3.25 year old, and it was so funny because everyone's like 100% like just loved that one the best, and so at the end they're like, all right, what is it? And I'm like, so it's a rye bourbon. They're like, oh yeah, okay, and I'm like, and it's 3.25 years old. They're like, all right.
Your jaws just hit the floor.
And the one guy's like, I knew I didn't like that one. I like the other one that was older the best. And I was like, all right. He's like, I knew it was young. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no, you fucking
and
didn't.
also, like, did it taste old? No, not necessarily. It didn't necessarily taste old. Just the flavor was like awesome. It was like confetti cake is what it tasted like.
Okay.
And it was just,
I like confetti
it was just
cake.
fucking delicious. And I was like, I mean, that was, it wasn't, I don't want to say it was arguably the best one, but it was like just the coolest tasting one,
Right. Yeah.
But
I get it.
It was a blast, and then at the end they give you little wristbands. You can get a discount on wearable merchandise, not on bottles, unfortunately. And then Royce and I left right before Freddie came in, so we missed out seeing
Freddie.
But we did put I put one of Royce's business cards in his window on his vehicle.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Funny. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, sounds like an incredible day. So,
Oh,
sounds,
100%. Like even if you're just going out there, just to go to the gift shop, like go and eat out there.
Right.
Sure.
Beam just does it right. Despite the fact that they're immense size, and sometimes people think, well, they're Walmart. They're not Walmart. They do a great job. Their tours are awesome. It's a great facility to go see. Their history's incredible.
Also
Well,
had, like,
according to the news, they're closing down anytime.
Well, yeah, they're done too. So
Go while you can.
Yep,
No
get it in.
struggling.
They also had like most of the stuff up like in the gift shop to buy. So you
Yeah.
had full options. Like you had like all the bottles that you'd want. were,
oh,
like,
they go back on Little Book like several years now in there. I mean,
yeah. So like they
it's
had a
crazy.
little bit of everything inside there. She also let us taste they let us taste some stuff that was some special things that aren't necessarily out yet, just to warm up our palates a little bit. So that was cool, and
Yeah.
the entire experience, like awesome, like great time. So definitely go out there, since they won't be there much longer.
Right. Get there while you can. So there you go. Well, there you go. There is Becca's barrel pick at Jim Beam. So it's fun. I like people who are in the industry that appreciate the industry so much they like even going to other places to pick barrels. Like Jason, he's a guy who would love to do that.
Yes.
Agreed.
And that's honestly, that's other than Steve's events and getting invited on barrel picks, those are the only times I make it to any other distilleries.
Okay.
I have never gone to another distillery other than Steve has set up some sort of event or I got invited on a barrel pick.
Right. Or sometimes the warden invites you.
Or that's, VIP experience. I expect to get invited on those.
Right. Yes. So yeah, for sure. All right. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo. Jeff Indrizi, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Okay. Next up is Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram when I'm not in the hot tub receiving pizza delivered to me and recording podcasts. And so if you're going over to Instagram, you can find me at Katie Proof.
All right, Jason.
I'm on Instagram as the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron, and TikTok, I'm a Bourbon Redneck still.
Oh.
And then you can find Bourbon's Bistro and Buzzard's Roost on all the platforms.
All right, very nice. That was one of your better deliveries of your where to find you. So congrats.
I read it off my phone.
You've been working. All right. Becca, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. And also check out abvnetwork.com where we put our content. And last but not least, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We put all of our events. You can sign up for email, newsletter, and much more over at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
That'll do it for today. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See y'all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.